the India-UK free trade agreement will boost many textile players as tariffs are expected or reduced to zero, right? Not expected, but reduced to zero. Raymond is presumably one such player with a 22% garmenting business in the UK. We'll speak to the management in a minute, but first let's get in Mahima to set up the conversation for us. Mahima.
Right. So, as you rightly mentioned, the textile space is set to benefit from the UK-India FTA, and this is because the duty was as high as 12%, which is now reduced to almost 0%. Duty-free access to UK markets will provide India a level playing field with competitors like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Cambodia, China, etc. Now, in terms of the overall UK exports from India, they are right now stand around 6.6%. Indian textile outlook is also very positive. The government is aiming at almost $100 billion US dollars by 2030 in terms of textile exports. Now, Raymond has said that around 20 to 22% of their overall exports happen to UK, plus the EU combined number is 20 to 25%. And this, the overall expectation is that the exports that they do to UK could double in the near future. And FTA clearly puts India in an advantageous position. Now, I spoke to Amit Agarwal, Raymond Group's CFO, to talk to him about how this will benefit India as a whole and how this will benefit Raymond Limited as well as Raymond Lifestyle. Listen to that conversation. Before I go on to company specifics, just want to get your sense on how big an achievement this is for India in terms of signing a trade deal with the UK, and how beneficial is this for the entire textile space?
Thank you for having me on the show. No, it is a great thing. It's a big achievement. And we have been waiting for this FTA to happen for quite some time. And I think it is a beginning of the journey. If you see, if we have done with UK, over last 18 months, we have done with Australia and few other countries. I think as you see one big FTA like UK has happened, it will open up EU on the next line. I think that will enable us, Indian, to export much better. And when you are getting this status, you are actually becoming a level playing field compared to what you call having Bangladesh on your neighbor, Vietnam, Indonesia. Many of these countries have got a zero duty benefit. So when we were competing, and especially in a textile sector, when you compete, the margins are quite thin. So this would make a large difference. And considering this impact of the duty, which was in the range of 11-12%, depending upon the product to product, especially in the textile sector, it made us difficult to export into these countries. Only we were able to do a very high value product. And India has got an integrated supply chain, which I think is going to be a very large beneficiary. And it creates a lot of employment. Textile industry creates a lot of employment. So that all is going to be a big boost to the Indian economy and to our foreign exchange earnings. So I think we are very happy to have this done, because we believe it is the beginning of this journey, and we will see many more to come. And Indian exports can grow very fast.
Right, most certainly, Mr. Agarwal. I was going through your con call, and correct me if I'm wrong here. 20 to 22% of your garmenting business, comes from the UK. And just want to get a sense as to how this landmark deal benefits Raymond Lifestyle as a whole.
So look at it. In my opinion, what we believe in the Raymond has got a great opportunity with UK. Because first of all, let us understand, we are into wool, worsted, and an integrated supply chain. Right from the wool fabric we manufacture, then we convert them into garment for the big labels. And UK being a colder country, there is still a lot of traction for the woolen worsted suits. So that helps us in order to grow. Now, previously what used to happen was people would get the import of the fabric from China and other places into Bangladesh, get it converted, made garment, and then send it to UK. Now that will change dramatically, because people would like to see if there is an integrated supply chain company with an advantage of the lead time, as well as there is no disadvantage on account of the duty. I think we see that over the next 18 to 24 months, I think we should see our export revenues from UK to grow. But if I recall, it was not 20% alone to UK, it is UK as well as EU. That is the level of 20-22% is that number. And I think we should be able to grow in the UK business comfortably double itself. And this business is going to be much more attractive. We have already seen, because since the month of May, you have already got this traction that the UK FTA will get signed. And we have already started to see some of the inquiries coming from the people, from the customers. But any inquiry to get converted, because there is a season, autumn, winter, spring, summer. So it will take at least 8 to 9 months. I think what we can see is only in the next year, somewhere around the same time or a little later, the traction of actual deliveries to flow through.
Understood. Interesting. You said it will double from the UK and EU, the garmenting business, which is around with around 20 to 22% for both UK as well as EU. How long do you think will it take to double the revenues from now? And secondly, do you think this is margin accretive for you?
So actually, you look at it, what used to happen was when we were delivering, the people, the customers were absorbing the duty cost. So actually, they will say they will benefit. But obviously, you have a big advantage that you will be one of the now preferred in terms of the cost as well. So therefore, what used to happen in the past, you were preferred because of your product, because of your quality and integrated supply chain. Now, one big factor, which was the cost, which was a disadvantage, that has added back to you. So now let me clarify. What I meant was the UK business will double, not the EU, because EU, we still have not signed the FTAs. And I think that is in the progression. So whenever an FTA gets signed for a country like India, we see very clear path of doubling its business. And there should not be any doubt that this business has great opportunity. UK is still, what we India as a country export to UK is in the range of 5-6%. And now 5-6% can easily double itself to 10-12%. Now that happens, people like us will be one of the largest beneficiaries.